we're looking at a 7-volume set about Japan. It's bound in period half leather, like so. The leather has chipped a bit at the spine ends on some of them. In this final volume, it's a bit dried and crackled. We're missing, the set is missing a couple little onlays that were colored and so on. But despite the flaws to the leather, the overall appearance of the set remains very attractive. It's a very pleasing set. It's clean, tight, and sound internally. The top edges are gilt. The 4 edges of the text block are deckled. It is profusely illustrated. This is also a limited edition, a Satsuma edition, limited to 500 numbered in copies, numbered and registered copies, of which this is number 225. There is Japan and China in this series, evidently, but what we have here are just the Japan part of the set. This is a hand-colored frontis with a tissue guard. It's garden in Tokyo. It's by Captain Brinkley, a well-known authority on Japan at this time, published by Millet in Boston and Tokyo, 1901. It's on a nice paper. This first volume has 17 illustrations in it, including a tattooed man playing Go, military costumes, a winter scene, and so on. Why don't we just jump right over to the tattooed man here in a moment, but first we'll just give you an idea. The reproductions or the illustrations are in different manners and styles of printing. This appears to be hand-colored as well. The plates are on printed in different colored inks, and they all have tissue guards that are lettered and captioned. Then there are these types of illustrations as well, like so. It really is a profusely illustrated set. There are over 100 illustrations throughout it. The second volume, I'll just show each of these briefly to give you an idea of how they survive. But again, nice and clean. Internally, they're just beautiful. Again, a hand-colored frontis. There's 16 illustrations in here, including a samurai in armor, a castle, and various types of dress and carriages and so on. It's on this nice paper there that looks like it's hand-colored as well. It could be printed in colors by a very nice process. It's hard to tell without a magnifying glass in front of me. It's a quality image, no matter what. It's printed on this very nice paper. Actually, it's like got a grain to it, almost like a silk paper or something. It's very interesting, actually. So that's that volume. Then volume 3, like so. This, nice and tight. And here we have 18 illustrations in here, including stone steps, water wheel, fishermen launching their boats, a sword dance. Okay, let's see, there's sword dance, but then there's also other types of, let's just flip like this, so on. Now, here's the 4th volume, some chipping at the head there, lacking that little bit of overlay, or onlay, I should say, the colored onlay of the flowers. And here is volume 4. And there, that looks to be hand-colored, beautiful interior right there. Reception room in a Japanese nobleman's house. And this is like justice, slavery, checks on vice, customs, philosophy, Meiji, and there are 17 illustrations here, including a Buddhist priest, a curbstone merchant, merchant store. Let's see if we can't skip to that. There's a merchant store and fireproof warehouse. Okay, let's see here. Right, this looks right. There's a temple interior right there. Okay, justice and slavery. Okay, transport there. Interesting about the government back here. So now we get to the 5th volume, like this. And again, just the various illustrations like this. And again, there are, in this volume here, there are 16, including weighing tea, carpenters at work, a Japanese cemetery. Huh, interesting. There they are. There's carpenters at work right there. Now this volume, number 6, is quite interesting because in addition to all of the illustrations, we have here boats, musical instruments, a winter costume, and so on. Boys playing kotoro. Okay, pastimes, observances, things like this. I believe this is the volume, yes, at the rear, right here. We'll see there is this, a very large, detailed folding map, like this, of the island of Japan. If I can get this open, there will be for you to see. And there it is. So there's a nice color, large folding map of the islands, like so. That's at the rear of that volume. And then that brings us to what appears to be the final volume in this set. I've seen examples of this that go on to 8 volumes, but what I think this particular edition here, this limited edition, the special one, the so-called Satsuma edition, like so, I believe that it's complete here, I think, in these 7 volumes. And the reason I say that is because at the rear of this, there is not only, well, there is, yes, this index right here. And this appears to be an index for the entire set, I believe. And here, this is also quite interesting. Here is a list of artists and chiselers and so on, like so. And so, at any rate, what we're offering is what we have, what we acquired, and that is these 7 volumes, like so. And they are available now online from me, Brian DeMambro.